The views or opinions expressed in this presentation are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Westman Communications Group or its employees.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the KC Chronicles podcast.
The Christmas edition.
The Christmas edition, part 2.
Part 2.
So to recap, last episode we did
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. We did
Which are posted on the Instagram.
on the Instagram. Go check it out.
Some behind the scenes is also on the Instagram.
Yes, and if you want to follow us on Instagram, it is KC_Chronicles
It's right here. Oh my gosh.
2024. Go give us a follow. Go give us a shout. If you DM us, we will absolutely respond, unless it's rude, in which case we
I
won't.
think that maybe we should make like a goal for our Instagram. Like really, really push it.
200,000 followers by December next
Okay,
year.
that's not what I meant. Well, I meant that, but like not like that aggressive because we're not that famous. But I feel like we should really, really sell it, really push our Instagram and see how many followers we can get by December next year.
I can look up buying Instagram bots.
Not buying
No, I'm
Instagram
just
bots.
kidding.
No, I mean if we both advertise it and.
If you're not aware, if you're not tech savvy, there's been a controversy for over a decade on social media that you can buy fake accounts to juice your numbers. We're not doing that. We're not
We promise.
I think that's probably one of the worst ways you could waste your money in the modern
No,
age.
I think that we're just gonna push and advertise on
Marketing.
other platforms.
Hey, I have a diploma or a degree in media and communications. You're gonna get that soon, so we might as well use our communications part and media part.
By this time next year, I will be a college graduate.
Yep, I have been a college graduate for,
Too many years.
a year and a half.
Yeah, by
It
the time
feels way longer than that.
but no, by this time next year, who knows where our lives will be at? And I think that's crazy.
I'll be in Cancun.
We'll be doing this in Cancun next year.
Yeah, why not? Good beaches.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Anyway, for part 2
that
of our
kind of
Christmas
springs
special.
on our theme we were talking about.
Kind of.
Future and
Yeah, we are going to be doing more of a chill podcast, and we are going to be talking about
the ghost of Christmas past.
the ghost of Christmas. if you want.
Kidding.
We're going to be doing a recap on the year that was. We're going to have just a casual conversation about what 2024 was like for the KC Chronicles.
Outside of KC Chronicles, my 2024 year's actually crazy.
Mine was crazy and also kind of boring at the same time. So it evens out into average.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just need 10 years off now. Because, like...
You went through a lot, actually, this year, both good and bad.
Yeah, well, long story short, start the year I was engaged, and now I'm not. And then if you tuned into our last episode, you know why we were absent for a while. I was in a car wreck, and that was scary. I'm done with car wrecks for the next, 8 million years. I'm good. I don't need any more.
I don't need any more.
That's enough slices.
Nothing. If a car comes towards you again...
I'm just like, no.
Well, no, it's just magnetic. Just
stop. Anyway.
Yeah, I encountered health issues.
You encountered me.
I encountered you. Well, I encountered you last year.
Well, yeah, the year before that. But really, in all
we
honesty,
got to know each other a lot more and become, really good friends this year.
I mean, when you think about it, we started in October of 2023, so we were close to the year end, and we only worked on the mobiles together, and now.
And at first, I was terrified of you because
I'm a scary person.
You were kind of scary at first. When
I had to be.
You had to be.
I feel like I had to be, and then that's okay. I think I've evolved. I think I've grown. I think I've grown as a person a lot this year, but I also have grown a lot creatively this year. Creatively.
I
can't English, but
I couldn't even say that word right. You said it. You gave a creative pronunciation of the word creatively.
No, I think that this podcast has helped with that. Helped with the creative side. We had to come up with different ideas, and we melded our brains together to come up with this show.
Whatever our brains are.
We didn't think we'd even get past an episode or two. I don't think. At the beginning, we were kind of.
We didn't have much of a direction to it because when we had talked about in the office about trying this kind of podcast.
We were the guinea pigs.
We were kind of the guinea pig show, and I was like, I really want to do a podcast show. It's so geared for people our age. And
I think we got that first episode down, and we were like, yeah, this is something we want to do.
We had a lot of fun doing it. But again, if you look back on the first couple of episodes, the difference in our level of presentation, the confidence, and just our flow bouncing off each other, it is
We've grown a lot as a duo.
World,
as a duo, and individually we've grown as people this year, and I'm very proud of where we are.
We are two young adults finding our way in this world.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, when we started, you were 18 and I was 20, and now 19 and 21.
And we've celebrated birthdays on here.
Yes.
We've celebrated Halloween. Like this has become a part of our life. It's not just a job anymore.
It's like a life update because, well, the reason why I have my laptop here is I have some numbers.
I have some numbers.
Yeah. So the nerd has a lot of stats. Okay.
Wow, you look like a grandpa.
So the grandpa has some numbers.
That reminds me of when we went to Big Valley. I still have that video of grandpa. Put that back up.
Okay, no, we're not. No. Anyway, that was off camera. I made a reference.
Off camera, but it was a reference. It was really
funny. But I have some numbers here from some of the episodes that we've done.
Let's do the stats first.
And we're basically just going to be talking about the episodes, and we might even do like a ranking.
If that's possible, if we can remember everything we've done.
Remember everything, because the one thing is, we've done an overwhelming majority of episodes that are sit-down podcasts. And when you do so many episodes like this, they kind of just bleed into each other in your memory.
Yeah, we're like, we talked about this. We don't remember when.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, before we jump into the stats, look at Colin's amazing Christmas sweater that I bought him for Christmas.
Yeah.
It is now the Christmas attire, and he has to wear it every year until it stops fitting him.
Like, if you
look at it.
Like, yeah. He's flying away.
It's a reindeer on a pole.
It's a reindeer on a pole. And then Kenzie has like a similar thing where it's like a reindeer with glasses and a bow tie.
But I thought it was very fitting, and we ended up, if you watched the last episode, I didn't know he had a blue Santa hat. I just bought this for him, and I was hoping. And so it looks like we planned to match.
Yeah.
We didn't.
I brought in the hats. She brought in the sweaters as a surprise and as a gift, which, thank you, by the way.
Yes, you're welcome.
But we didn't plan this.
No.
I had a blue Jets hat, and she had a typical red Santa hat. Red sweater, blue sweater. Like,
so it looks like we planned it, but we really didn't.
Literally no plan to that. Like we put everything on him, and we're like.
I think that goes to show how we have bonded and kind of got to know.
We share a connection.
Yeah, we share a mind.
There's no.
We share one brain cell.
We share one brain cell. There's no such thing as a coincidence with us. We just
do it.
We just do it. Anyway.
This is bothering me. I'm putting it.
So okay. Anyway. I have some numbers.
Let's do the numbers.
So this is gonna be some very nerdy stats here. So. The first episode that we did was on March 7th, 2024.
That's crazy.
So we haven't even been doing this for a full calendar year yet. We still got another
Speaking of, when we do hit the 1 year, we need to make a 1 year anniversary podcast.
Oh, big pizza party.
Yeah, something like that. So stay tuned. March 7th, 2025. Yeah. It's coming.
Is that? Hold on. Before we should say anything, what day of the week is that? Because if that's on a weekend, that's going to be very upsetting. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
The best day of the week. So, okay, so we're going to make that
We're going to celebrate that Friday by celebrating the 1 year of KC Chronicles. Ding, ding. So, tune in on March 7th, 2025 to see the 1 year special.
Well, they can't really tune in on that day.
Well, it might be after. It'll be after that. But we'll film it on our 1 year anniversary.
Okay. So, but since March 7th, we have done a total of 28 episodes if you factor in part 1 of our
okay.
So we've done 28 episodes.
And if we add in this episode, it'll be 29. And if we add in the other episode that we are planning, that is 30 episodes.
And, well, depending if we do some episodes like next week.
Yeah.
We might,
but for sure 30 before the holidays.
30 guaranteed episodes before the holiday season. That's a
lot.
Is
almost
that's
a
lot to pump out in like a short amount of time. Now, okay, so I have a confession to make. I did this math before we did part 1. So this is not including any of the Christmas content we've done. So out of the 27 episodes that we've done pre-Christmas, we did 5 special episodes where we either went outside of the studio or we went on a travel, just one of our
we left.
We left the confines of the studio. And we've done 22 podcasts. So an overwhelmingly majority have been here, which it's kind of easy to see because it's really easy to do an episode here.
It is. And then sometimes we have to resort to it, which is okay. I think it's still, we still make it fun.
It's a good backup option. Yeah, because some of those travel episodes, we did have to do a lot of prep.
Yeah.
A lot of the prep came from just stuff to bring because we both are of the be over-prepared than less prepared. And safety first. And like the Boy Scouts, like always be prepared.
Honestly, if either of us got hurt, I think we would have been perfectly fine.
We would have been fine because we had virtually everything.
We were so smart when we packed, and I think that was the big thing we were being trusted outside of the office. Like it was,
and we had trusted each other too.
Yeah, we trusted each other to keep each other safe, but we also were trusted outside of the office to keep equipment safe and to not break anything, and also to keep each other safe outside of the office. So I think it was a big responsibility.
We made it through the whole year. We didn't break any equipment. We didn't get any ticks. Because we did all of our travel episodes in the midst of summer.
And I am so happy with that, honestly.
Yeah, because she is like mortified. I'm not a fan, but she's
if you've seen any of those episodes, you'll just see me freaking out about ticks.
Yeah, freaking out.
But I think that gave us a lot of responsibility, which also helped us mature in a little bit of a way. Yeah, it was going out of the office and venturing out of our comfort zones.
Yeah, because when you're in kind of like your early adult, I'd say from like 18 to like, let's say to like 25.
Yeah.
Yes, you're an adult, but you're a grown child.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of maturing kind of,
that you
grounding and ground yourself. And I think that this was
a good experience for us.
It was a good experience to help us.
Yeah, because isn't it like 25 when your frontal lobe is fully developed or something like that?
25, 26, 27, yeah.
But like, I think it was a big responsibility for us, and I think it also helped us grow as a duo and separately as well. It taught us how to be more responsible. Like, we knew how to be responsible before, but this is something that was completely different, completely out of our comfort zones. We hadn't done anything like it. So it was as much a learning journey for us as it was an entertaining journey for you guys to see us learn. Anyway, continue.
Here's some other bizarre numbers. Okay, for the first 27 episodes, the total time of content that we produced, if you add up the time of all the episodes, you put them together, we generated 1,411 minutes and 48 seconds of content.
That's crazy. That is
now
crazy.
I'll put that into numbers that you can maybe better understand. That's 23 and a half hours
worth of content. We're almost 24 hours of content.
We almost produced a full day's worth of Casey Chronicles.
Whoa.
Or if you want to be really exact, that's 84,708 seconds.
That's crazy.
That doesn't mean anything, really. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of all I have for the numbers. I kind of just have some other notes
I think
about.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, but kind of puts it into perspective. We did produce like a lot of content.
Like, that's how much time we took to make these. Like, we took almost a full 24 hours of our own time to make these for you guys.
Well, considering that there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't end up on camera from times that we're not rolling, that's well over a day's worth of continuous stuff.
Yeah, of continuous stuff. Like, if we did that all in a day, that would be crazy. But, like,
just drop dead.
These are just the episodes. If you take into account how much prep time, how much journey time on each of our travel episodes.
Probably close to 2 days.
I would say almost we've worked at least a week.
Oh, you think so? Wow.
Well, if you think about it, because we did days of prep. Journey.
Well, yeah. If you include like the prepping time, then.
But like, honestly, with everything that we've done, we've at least done a week's worth of our own time giving to you guys, and that's spread out over a while, yes, but that's still so much of our time that we're just giving to this because this is our passion project.
We love doing it. Like we genuinely love doing it.
We don't do it because we get paid. Yes, we get paid, and that's great.
But we don't get paid to do the show.
No, it's not like they're paying us for the show. We just get paid to work here.
We take time out of our busy schedules to do this because we enjoy doing it.
It's our passion project. It's our baby. It's ours. It's something that we started and we didn't think would get very far, and yet we're here every week at least trying to make an episode, trying to bump something out to you guys.
And I think just the quality's just gotten better and better as time has gone on.
Honestly, I think it has. I think we weren't sure how it was going to go when we started. We were very, very unsure. We just kind of went with what we knew. And
nervous, too. That first episode, oh gosh.
Now I just don't get nervous doing it.
No.
I'm here talking to you. I'm talking to... It doesn't even feel like I'm talking to a camera. It feels like I'm talking to our audience, our viewers. It feels like...
We have like a live studio audience.
We should.
Oh, gosh.
No, but it feels like... It feels like you're... It feels like family.
It feels like a family. Well, because... From your perspective, we're sitting in a very nice, cozy, like apartment loft type thing. That's not what we see. What do we see? Blinding lights that like my eyes are still not used to them. They make you tired as well for some odd reason. Yeah, I found that. All we stare at are cameras and very bright lights. So to have such a calm and smooth flow to the show when you have all these like major distractions all around you, it's not as easy as it looks maybe at first. But we make it work, and I think we've done a good job.
I think so, too. I think that this is my home away from home. I feel like I feel most myself when I'm here. And that's...
At the round table.
At the round table. That's saying something because my family is in Saskatchewan, so I don't have any direct family right around me, and my friends do a good job of making me feel like part of the family, but this podcast is something I still hold so near and dear to my heart, and I think this is going to get a little sappy, but I think that's what scared me the most about getting in my car accident, because I was like, what if it was all to end? What if I was just to leave you to do it yourself? Like that made me feel sad, because it's something so near and dear to my heart, like all this stuff we worked for, and what if it was gone in a second? Drive safe.
Drive safe.
That's my point here. It's especially with the winter. Please drive safe. Please drive for everybody around you.
And take care of yourself and take care of others. We are in a okay. If we want to look at back at the year 2024 just as a year, it was a very hectic year. Let's just be honest. It seems like every year nowadays it's hectic. Even just with the ever-changing, and if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry. Just take care of each other, okay?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of hate in our world now.
There's a lot of hate, there's a lot of anger, and there's just a lot of complexity to our world, you know, with whether that be technology.
But as a person who was hit and who was in a car accident, drive for yourself and drive for everybody around you, because not everybody is as smart as you. I learned that the hard way, and it wasn't my fault, but it still happened. And if she was going any faster, let's just say it would be a hospital visit instead of probably right back here. So please take into account other people when you are driving in Brandon or outside of Brandon or wherever you are, because 1 second can change somebody's life.
Forever.
Anyway, off of the sad stuff. I just thought that was a very valid point.
It's important to say, and I think I just want to build on it more of just take care of each other.
Yeah. That's what the holidays are for.
If you haven't hugged a family member, like if you just think, you know, I haven't given my husband, my wife, my children, I haven't hugged them in a week, go give them a hug. Say, I love you.
The biggest lesson I've learned as an adult is that life is way too short. Don't be a Grinch. Enjoy the holiday season. Hug your family members. Spend time with people. Don't sit away in a room on your phone or on a game. Spend that time you have with your family.
And we say that a lot to people our age as well.
Yeah, we say that to everybody.
We say that to everybody, but gosh darn it, Dan gummit,
spend time.
These kids these days, all of us, we are locked in and we are slaves to our phones, our Xboxes, our computers, whatever.
And I mean, I get it. It's intriguing, but...
I get it. But listen, you need human connection. You need to connect with your family, your friends.
The biggest thing I've learned is growing up is realizing that your family is more important to you than anything else.
Absolutely.
My family is more important to me than anything else.
Too.
And so that's why I'm going to enjoy my Christmas holidays, and I'm going to spend as much time with my family as I can, because that is what makes me feel whole.
Just changing topics. What am I going to do over the Christmas break? Well, I have about a week and a half that I'm taking off, so I'm going to spend time with my family. But one thing I'm also going to do, I get new glasses.
I was supposed to go for an eye appointment this year, and I didn't. So,
but okay, here's the thing. I need to get
okay
sarcastic. I need to get sarcastically serious here. Okay, listen. Glasses are such a pain in the neck.
They are.
They're a sore subject because I really don't like having glasses. Honestly,
neither do I.
I don't like it. I want to get laser eye surgery one day.
I would just rather get contacts, probably myself.
I can't do contacts. I can't touch my eyes. But basically, these frames, okay, this style of frames, I've had like the same style of frames since like 8th grade.
Pretty sure every man I've ever met who has glasses is the same way.
If we just
saying.
These glasses are hanging on by a thread. The prescription, my prescription's gotten a little weaker. I'm not blind as a bad person. I'm like mild to moderate blindness without glasses, but my prescriptions got weaker. These are not as strong as they used to be, and this arm right here is being held together by super glue.
Well,
It broke off years ago, and I've just been re super gluing it for several years now because I don't want to
glasses.
I don't want to give up these frames because I don't like having glasses, and I think I look dorky in like every pair of glasses, and I hate it.
Yeah,
but I'm going to have to face that fear over the Christmas holidays.
But you could get something similar to that. Easy.
Well, I hope.
Have you ever looked at Zenny Optical?
I haven't been inside one of the stores in a while.
No, Zenny Optical is like an online site. Look on Zenny Optical. That's where my glasses are from.
Okay, well, we're going to...
I'll give you the website after.
We're going to do some Googling after this.
Look on Zenny Optical because that's where I get mine. You just input your prescription information and you find whatever frames that you like. You can do a virtual try-on and it works. And that way you don't have to go in somewhere.
The wonders of technology.
See,
and then less minor. I've been doing this. I've just been such a lazy bum. I'm gonna get my hair trimmed. I'm not cutting it. Listen, we have prided ourselves on being a show. We've prided ourselves on both having long hair.
Long, luscious, beautiful hair.
I have long lashes just naturally.
I said long, luscious, beautiful hair.
I'm deaf.
But I also have long eyelashes too.
I have long eyelashes too. But
we're the pretty show.
we're the pretty show. I'm just getting my hair trimmed back a little bit. I haven't had a haircut in literally 3 years.
Honestly, it just keeps it healthy. Honestly,
it just keeps it healthy.
You're supposed to do trims like every couple months or so. So you starting that journey will keep your hair healthier.
3 years. Because I've been growing up my hair.
But you starting to trim it like this will keep it healthier and honestly grow it faster.
Yeah. So I'm gonna trim it back to about kind of shoulder-ish length, kind of like almost how it was like about a year or so ago, because I kind of liked it at that level. So
plus it keeps it healthy and you cutting off all the dead stuff. So
yeah. So like the first episodes that we do next calendar year, I'm gonna look a little different. Slightly.
Yeah. I mean. Okay, so that's something I was going to say. So we are not going to be doing anything on Christmas or over Christmas.
We're taking
what
time
you
off.
see now with our Christmas episodes and whatnot, we're taking some time off. So the next time you actually see us after our next Christmas episode, maybe a couple next week, will be in the new year.
Yep.
So we will not be doing a New Year's episode.
Yep.
We can't. We don't have the time. We would love to, but it's just for both of our sakes, our mental health. We need to take a break.
We should just come in on Christmas and just make a turkey here in the studio. Just bring in a giant oven, make a turkey.
Well, I'm leaving the province, so that's not going to work.
Well,
I am going to go home and spend time with my family.
I'll follow you to Saskatchewan and bring a turkey.
We'll do it in my family living room with my dog.
We'll make a turkey in the car. We'll like wrap it in tinfoil and like set it nicely on the engine as we drive to Saskatchewan and let the heat cook it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's
Don't
unsafe.
do that. That is not safe whatsoever.
But that's kind of funny.
That's funny though.
No, I'm gonna spend time with my family, and I hopefully have some fun surprises. I mean, I have two boyfriends. I have two brothers who have long-term.
She said what?
No, I have two brothers who have long-term girlfriends who are in the possibly engagement area. So I'm hoping, praying for something exciting.
See some rings on some fingers?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we get a proposal at Christmas because that would be so fun. But that probably won't happen. But speaking of my brother, my one brother's in Vegas right now because he turned 21 on December 1st. So he went to Vegas with his girlfriend and their friends.
Party.
Yeah, and I'm like,
you're legal in the States at 21, so.
So yeah, he's going to Vegas and then he's coming back for Christmas. I was like,
Jesus, he's gonna be like drunk, like just drunk the entire time.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Anyway, off of the holidays, we're gonna talk about our episodes and what we think. So.
Okay, so basically, I have on this laptop. I have like all of our episodes kind of just lined out in front of us. We're gonna try and do like a somewhat ranking of our best episodes.
I have the first question for you. What is your absolute favorite moment from the past year that we've done? Like just favorite moment, whether it's on camera, off camera. What was your favorite moment with us as like a duo?
Okay, you know what? The one that I'm not sure if it's my absolute favorite, but it's the one that jumped to my head first. When we were at Big Valley in episode 15, I might just have like little footage of the episodes playing like right here at the bottom.
If you can find it.
When we were at Big Valley and when we had stopped walking and we were sitting on the big rock hill and just chilling and chucking rocks and just chilling because it was so hot that day, but where we were in the shade or if we were walking through the water, it was great weather. But just being there and like sitting on like the rocks and just chucking rocks and just hanging out, that was like both on and off camera. Like that was lots of fun. It just felt so chill. It felt
so serene.
Yeah, it was just serene.
Big words.
Serene. I like that.
It just felt nice.
It felt nice, and it was just and that was just a fun day. It was a fun day. We enjoyed the. Okay, driving to and from all of the travel shoots, like to Spruce Woods, Big Valley,
blasting,
Brandon Hills, Marsh's Lake. Oh my God,
old 2000s hits like from our childhood.
Yeah, like childhood hits from us from like 2000s, early 2010s.
And we were just bopping in the car. Like if it wasn't gonna get copyrighted, we totally would have recorded it. But
this is what I'll say: if you watched any of our travel episodes, and there are some parts, I think in every single episode where there's footage of us in the car, like it's a little kind of like montage,
but it's got music and
but it's got just like non-copyright music on it. A lot of that footage is actually footage of us or me singing or like bopping to music You just don't know.
You just don't know because we can't put it in and we don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah, basically go and think of all of your favorite 2000s hits from your childhood or whatever.
Even some ones that are like earlier than that. We had like Katy Perry. We had Timbaland. We were
bopping in that.
We had like Justin Bieber. We had we had so many. But that was just fun though, because you know, like driving in the summer with like the windows down, you're just like.
That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what I said. No, that's actually true.
That is accurate. Scary accurate, actually.
So, yeah.
I think my favorite, well, not my favorite thing, but one of the coolest things I think we got to experience this year was taking out the brand new Ford Explorer to Spruce Woods.
That was just cool. After so like our company, we just bought because we have several company vehicles that we use to travel with, and they just bought a new 2024 Ford Explorer. It has like Westman branding.
Yeah, and we got to take it out.
Yeah, like it was like just after they bought it.
Brand spanking new.
Like maybe like a week or two after they bought it.
Yeah, they had very low kilometers when we drove it.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, this is like fancy.
It was so fun. And I think it was a cool experience. Like that's something we got to do because we made this podcast.
Yeah, well, but also it driving the Ford Explorer, it coincided with us doing our first travel episode when we went to Spruce Woods.
It was a lot of big moments.
So that day was just a lot of fun in general.
I think when we decided to do the travel episodes was a very big moment for us as a podcast.
It was a big step forward because I mean, the 11 or so, because like the 11 episodes we had done beforehand, we're all here in the studio. And I remember we had a conversation around that time saying like, you know, we want to do something else with the show. We want to
expand.
We don't want to just be like a one-trick pony. And then so we thought like, well, why don't we do like a travel thing, like a traveling podcast almost?
Yeah. And it was so on and off for a long time. We were like, can we do it?
Can we do it? Should we do it?
Like, should we?
How do we make that work?
Is it logical? Are we going to get in trouble?
Where are we going to go?
Are we going to get permission?
Are we going to get permission? Where are we going to go?
So it was a lot up in the air for a long time. We talked about it right from when we started pretty much. I think about episode 4 or 5 we started talking about
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And we were like, well, is it actually going to happen? We brainstormed some things for our podcast, but it was more of an up in the air. We weren't sure what we were able to do. Right. And then we got the okay to go. And I think our first ever travel vlog was the biggest and most exciting day we had.
It was just fun. But also... because that was probably the most difficult hike we ever did.
That was. And we started with it.
Yeah, and it was like in the morning too. But I was already kind of in shape by then because I had been like,
I'm still not.
I ride my bike a lot. Well, not now because it's in the winter, but I do some exercise at home. But
just go out.
I've been like consistently pretty active, mainly cardio wise, since like the late spring. So I was already kind of in shape a little bit. So walking up all those hills wasn't too bad for me. But Kenzie and our cameraman Josh, who big shout out to Josh.
Big shout out to Josh.
One of our fellow employees. And
he tagged along with us on a lot of our traveling. I think all but one.
3 out of the 4 travel episodes he was doing the camera for, and he did a phenomenal job. Like he's not as old as us. He's only just in high school, but his camera shooting abilities were awesome. Can't give him enough praise.
Spectacular.
But Josh and Kenzie, you guys are like going up the hill, and you're like.
Well, poor Josh had all the camera equipment.
Well, yeah, Josh, he had like his backpack.
Out of shape.
He had his backpack and like the camera.
I'm still out of shape. That's my. You know what? Let's talk about this real quick. My 2025 New Year's resolution is to get in shape. I am not gonna work out heavily. I'm just gonna keep myself active.
But here's the thing: a lot of people don't follow.
Okay, but I honestly am swearing on my life that I will. And if I miss, you can smack me.
Swear on your new iPhone 15.
Yeah, I got a new phone, guys. I swear on my iPhone 15 that I just got 2 weeks ago that I will start getting in shape. I actually plan on doing Pilates, which is not necessarily as hard as lifting, but it's more than just walking or biking around. It's like kind of like it gets your core into shape. So I swear.
You should do like Zumba.
I've heard that's really hard, and I'm good.
Yeah. I just do like simple kind of exercise.
Do you have a 2025 New Year's resolution? Just since I told mine. Okay, I'll go.
Buy a car. I
was gonna say we'll go this way. What is something that you desperately want to happen in 2025? Whether it's podcast related or not, what is something you desperately hope that you can achieve in that year?
To maintain treating myself better, being more active. And trying to work on my mental health, like go out more. Mm-hmm. I'm introverted and I don't go out a lot, but I think that's to my detriment. We can go out together. Yeah. We can go. I don't know.
Chronicles. Goes out.
Not even that. Just like, yeah, we go outside.
No, I was gonna say, Casey Chronicle goes to the bar. I don't think we could do that, but it would be funny. Could you guys imagine?
How bad of an idea that would be?
Casey Chronicles gets drunk.
Casey Chronicles gets drunk. Oh, Casey Chronicles passes out on the floor. No, I mean we could like, I don't know, we could like go bowling.
Yeah, we could. Maybe we could do that for an episode. Mic us up, and we could talk about stuff during bowling and how. Oh, that would be so fun.
Stay tuned.
We didn't think about this before. We thought about like outside things, but what if we didn't go bowling or to an arcade or go do something like that? Or there's the hologram zoo in Brandon that we could probably do.
These are all episodes. We should be
writing this down.
Right down.
Because honestly, if that's something you want us to see us do, like talk and have a normal conversation while we're doing fun activities like that, I think that could be so fun and that could broaden our horizons.
A lot of us is like, a lot of our podcasts and talking stuff is like chill content that like, if you're cooking dinner and you just want some nice background noise.
We are the background noise. And we're okay with that because at least we're being listened to. But I think like going to the hologram zoo, I did a research paper about it and it's this hologram zoo in Brandon. That could be a really fun idea. And I have already talked to the manager. I'm sure I could talk about getting a camera in there.
I don't see why not.
So maybe we'll do some brainstorming after this episode. Stay tuned for all of the fun 2025 episodes because we are going to go, I think, a little bigger. Not necessarily bigger as in go farther. I mean bigger as in...
We want to do more episodes outside the studio. That's kind of what we're alluding to.
Like not necessarily leave Brandon, but there's so many things for us to do that we could do in Brandon.
Absolutely.
We could do mini golf.
You can do a lot more in this city than
you think.
Than some people might think. And I say that a lot to our younger viewers because
I actually did my Prairie Hearts project on this specifically.
Me too.
So maybe that's just something that we can continue on through here is proving that Brandon's not as boring as people say it is.
Stay tuned.
Maybe that's like a sub-series we start. Like it's Casey Chronicles, but it's like a sub-series. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Anyway.
We're one giant show that,
does everything.
We're primarily a podcast, but we expand and we do just a lot of fun things.
I think that's what sets us apart from other podcasts. Like,
do you see Joe Rogan leave his studio?
If we were on Spotify, I feel like we'd maybe be pretty popular. If it was like able to do like a video podcast on Spotify.
Be interesting.
I think it'd be interesting, but I think we'd also get maybe more of a following that way because a lot of people use Spotify, but I feel like
listen to us.
A lot of people. But I feel like if we're expanding and doing fun things, like I feel like that might reach out to people. I don't know.
Think that's fair.
Anywho.
Said I'm in the exact same time.
Great minds think alike.
Sorry. I want to keep going on with like some of the episodes. Like, what are some of like the other fun moments that we had from this year? Like
the fire alarm.
That one was probably one of the funniest.
But the fire alarm mid-episode.
Throwback to our Halloween episode back in October. In our first episode that we did, our arts and crafts, we were told before we started taping
that there was going
to be a fire drill sometime in the afternoon. And we thought, but there wasn't a time. It was just sometime early this afternoon, we're going to have a fire drill.
Imagine if the fire alarm went off right now. Sorry.
I hope not. But yeah, like, so we're having a fire drill. And
we weren't given a time.
But we weren't given a time. So we're doing the episode and we get down to, what was it?
I think it was like 10 minutes.
10 to 14 minutes left. And I'm thinking in the back of my head,
we're like, oh, we're going to make it.
I thought, I think we're going to make it. And then right as we're quiet and we're not saying anything, and then I remember like, cause like the fire alarm's like right up there and it starts flashing and I remember
I got scared.
Cause like you were like painting like this and then you darted up like,
I was not sure what was going on.
And then I was just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, so then we had to do a little post-production magic on that episode.
Well, we went out, did the drill, came back, and that's where it cuts when you see it in the final product.
And keep in mind, we were in our Halloween costumes. I was in a dress in winter.
So imagine being at Westman. So imagine being at Westman Communications Group, where
most people
like
business casual nice
to like
dressy.
suits and dresses. And then
there's us.
And then there's the Grim Reaper and Tinkerbell come out.
And we all had to stand out there.
And no, we didn't get in trouble, obviously.
We looked weird.
We had about 30 pairs of eyes staring at us with like these smirks like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
But I think that's a fun part about our job. I mean, yeah, it was kind of a little embarrassing.
But it was funny.
It was funny.
It was just funny.
Because what other job would let us dress up?
Not many would.
Exactly.
Not many would. I mean, you can't do that like at a grocery store.
What do you think is your favorite, one of your favorite moments from any of our episodes?
Again, I have a whole list of the episodes in front of me, so I'm like just scanning each of them. Like, what are some fun ones? Again, let's just spitball some. You know, I think one of my favorites was from episode 20, where we did ones about our passions and like things that we like. That one was a fun one because we really got to like nerd out about things that we liked. You know, you got to put all your books,
all my special editions,
your Harry Potter stuff. Then I got to bring out like my video games and my RPG.
It showed how different we are, but at the same time, it kind of showed why we connected because we
have a very central theme of creativity and art.
Yeah.
In a broad sense.
So like it showed that we are different individually, but it also showed how we
share a lot of
how
personality
connected
traits.
We are as like duo.
Yeah, we're like individually connected.
To be honest, I actually think that we're one of the best duos that I can think of as like a podcast duo. Because honestly, as I think back about it, I honestly could not really imagine doing this with other people. Like we had guests, but I couldn't imagine hosting it with another person. Right.
Well,
What are we?
That's another one of my favorite ones because I know this has ended up on one of the compilations that's been like a filler on the channel. When you did that books and reading thing with Katrina. Katrina, the first episode that we do after that, I was kidding the entire time, but I'm like, Kenzie, I have a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I make up this whole story about I was supposed to be on that podcast with them, and then they kicked me off. And then you're like, that is not true. And then we had a whole argument, and it was funny.
I think one of my favorite things as well was celebrating each other's birthdays.
That was fun too.
That was so fun. I think that was such a fun environment, and we, even if say nobody else wished us a happy birthday, at least we knew we had a happy birthday from each other. Exactly. And we got to celebrate it with each other and our viewers.
Exactly.
And that's something that makes it feel more like family.
Yeah. And I enjoyed those episodes because they were kind of a loose, kind of free episode. So all we did was just answer questions. That was one of those episodes where we were truly ourselves because we're literally just sitting back eating cake and just
yeah, it wasn't.
We're not even in presenting mode.
We didn't
we're just
have to
having
talk
cake
about
and just
anything,
chilling.
and we didn't have to specify about anything. We didn't feel like we were.
That was just us goofing off for an hour.
And eating birthday cake.
And eating cake at the same time.
Cullen made my birthday cake, if you remember, and which I still very appreciate because
thank you.
Nobody makes me birthday cake. Except for
I
my
just
mom.
thought it was special, and that was also right when
you were having health issues.
Yeah, and I had to kind of switch up some things about my diet and my lifestyle. So I'm like, well, I gotta make a special cake because I mean, because at first I was gonna buy us a cake, but then I was like, well, if you have a cake and then I have some little small thing of my own, that looks dumb. Why don't I just bake a cake? And plus, I think that's my gift to you.
Yeah. See, I think that it shows that. I think just. If you watch all of our episodes, it shows such an arc of friendship developed. I think we kind of
sentimental we're sounding.
No, I think that we kind of started off not necessarily hating each other at all. We never hated each other. We joked. We joked. We never really hated each other, but I think it was more we were more acquaintances when we started.
We've grown closer and just become bigger friends.
We've grown an actual friendship. We have hung out outside of work and had the Halloween store together and
that was funny.
And we talk all the time. We talk every day. So it's not it's we just talk for work. No, we talk all the time and we're really, really good friends.
And I think us doing the podcasts allowed us to start,
that
talking.
Friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
Cuz we started talking about our podcasts and then we started talking about just other things, random things.
Yeah, and just our lives.
Yeah, we became really good friends through this, and I think that maybe we wouldn't be so close as we are if we didn't do this.
Yeah, so I think we still would have been friends, but not to the level of no.
But so I am appreciative of the podcast because now we're friends, and it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun.
Right back at you.
Friendship. We like to harp on each other, but it's just jokingly.
But that's the fun part about.
That's the nature of friendship.
That's the nature of friendship. If you can have some banter and joke around, if you have a friendship that can do that, that's a good friendship that usually lasts a long time.
So get you a friend like Cullen.
And get you a friend like Kenzie.
What would you say is your overall favorite episode that we've ever done?
Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, so I was thinking about this because again, when I was making all these stats and numbers, I was thinking of like questions in my head, like what's my favorite one? Which one was this, that? I think my favorite episode, honestly, because, and this is me factoring in just the day overall, the final product of the edit, the vibe, and just the episode and where we went and everything all considered. Episode 17, where we went to Marsh's Lake. I really liked that. That
was good.
It was a chill vibe because it was raining that whole day, but where we went and with the rain, like it wasn't raining down on us really too much because we were in a pretty like kind of heavy forest area. But the area we went to was really cool, and it was such a peaceful, very relaxed. It was like first thing in the morning because I like nice cloudy rainy days. It's very serene, as you say. And I don't know, and just the final edit of how the episode came out, I was just really happy with it.
Well, I think mine would have to be Big Valley because that was a close like second. The same way you said. Just the day itself that we had.
So much fun.
It was so relaxing and so much fun. It was a little bit of a farther drive, but we didn't really mind it because we were all kind of enjoying each other's company.
Yep.
And I think that's really important. Like if we absolutely hated each other and hated our cameraman, that would have been an absolute worst day.
Or if we weren't really like really friends and we were just kind of like awkward work acquaintances, like there probably wouldn't have been a whole lot of talking in the car.
No, but I feel like that was one of our more. I think that kind of also sparked more of a friendship too, that episode. Because such a long road trip together and
well, but you also got to like see like how much I love singing to like
and we bonded over the music.
Pop songs.
A lot. And it was so I think that was
I can close my eyes and I can still picture me singing like the song 500 Miles by the Proclaimers.
See, I still remember you singing Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
Okay, you don't gotta out me like that for singing like girl pop, but like
okay, no guys, it was great. You guys would have enjoyed being in the car with us if it wasn't copyright music.
Yeah.
I do think that was one of my favorite episodes though, because it turned out so beautiful and the place itself was beautiful, but our cameraman did such a good job of getting
got some great footage of that.
He did so good at getting video, and I think we just were so unapologetically ourselves in that episode.
we were just having a good time. And then remember at the very end when I go through like the big
and I was like, I am not doing that.
Nope. And then you just like film yourself like, guys, should I like do like my own show? Let me know. You're like adjusting your hair. You're like, guys, listen, these guys are stupid. They're like going through a drain.
You know what I was thinking? I think that our podcast gives off YouTube vibes. I think we've talked about this before.
We have a very heavy. Well, I think our show is a representation of how Gen Z culture on YouTube because we are aware that our demographic is a little older on average. Not a lot of people, especially people our age, don't have cable TV, but we're kind of like the young youthful energy.
We're just like coming to brighten your day up.
We're coming to like just brighten your day up, even if you don't know anything that we're referencing or what we're talking about. We're fun. We're in your face in a fun way.
I think what we've talked about before is that we give Rhett and Link vibes, and I still feel that.
Yeah, from Good Mythical Morning, it's an online YouTube show.
Now that we're more friends, I think we give more Rhett and Link vibes than we did at the start, and I think that's awesome. We've grown into Rhett and Link.
Well, that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Me too.
On YouTube, so.
But I think we give off high YouTube vibes, and I feel like
we should send our episodes to Good Mythical Morning, like their YouTube channel, and be like, or we should like like that cameo thing, like where you paid for like a content creator, like wish you happy birthday or whatever. We should try and do like something like that with Good Mythical Morning, and say, can you just watch like 5 minutes of our episode and just tell us that we look like you guys, and we're gonna put it on our episode saying. They said it themselves.
Would be even cooler if they came out, but we would never get that to happen.
Or even if they like just like acknowledged us, like they saw it and they like sent us a video on their own merit.
That would
saying,
be so cool.
Hey, that video.
You know what? Maybe that's a goal for 2025. See if Good Mythical Morning can recognize us,
acknowledge us in some way, even if like they sent us like a text or like a email that was written from them. I would do backflips, and I can't even backflip.
Too.
I would do backflips if they just emailed us.
I would help you do a backflip, and you would help me. We would do it on camera.
Broken necks all around. So in the interest of time, I say, how about let's try, and we can have fun and we can debate about this. Let's try and do like an objective,
top 5,
subjective, an objective top 5 ranking of our top 5 best episodes.
Okay, you go.
Okay, so
let's try to do a combined rating. So you say what you think, and then I'll see if I have to interject with anything.
Okay. You know, I think because Marsh's Lake being my favorite was more of a subjective thing, I'm already willing to put out there that I think Big Valley should be number 1.
I think so too. I think that was our best episode just in general.
I think the visual game was great.
But also I think it was just most ourselves, most authentic. One of the more authentics. So I think Big Valley is number 1.
Okay, I'm gonna put like a little list here.
Make a list on the TV.
Big Valley's number 1.
On the TV.
Because I'm looking at all the ones that we've done, and I'm just trying to think like which ones should we like throw out there as like these could make the top 5, but I'm not necessarily giving it a place ranking.
What about the Apocalypse episode?
That was
a fun one.
That was a goofy, fun one.
I'm not saying where we should put it, but I think that maybe let's decide what should be on the top 5, and then let's rank them. But we know Big Valley's going to be number 1.
Big Valley, I think, number 1.
So what?
Spruce Woods, I think, has to be in there.
Yeah, I think Spruce Woods.
Okay, so we'll put Spruce Woods in there.
What?
I think Marsh's Lake should still be in there as well.
So we have room for one more.
So Marsh's Lake, Big Valley, Spruce Woods,
and Apocalypse. Unless you want to sub out Apocalypse for something else.
Apocalypse, okay.
I have 2 options here.
Okay.
That I think either Passions or the Haunted House.
I was thinking of the Haunted House one for sure.
Okay, so I'm okay putting the Haunted House in there.
Again, I'm trying to look at this like as an objective. I'm not trying to like personal preference. I'm trying to look like objectively. I think Haunted House or the only thing I'm giving against the Haunted House is that we couldn't see much inside the Haunted House. If there was lights and you could see us the entire way,
that would have been better.
That would have been a little better. You still can see some parts in it, but
so maybe Passions then.
Yeah,
because I think that was also a very
that one was a fun
episode.
one because that one was it was really personal to us,
really authentic,
and it showed how much we were able to just ramble nonstop about it because we're so passionate about it.
Okay, so the ones you have left to rank. So we have Big Valley at number 1. You have Apocalypse, Apocalypse, Spruce Woods, Marsh's Lake, and Passions.
Okay.
Rank them from 2 to 5.
So thinking about all the 4 of them that are left, I think Apocalypse should be 5.
Yeah.
I think those other 3
are a little better.
Yeah, are better. Okay, so we'll put Apocalypse at 5. Now, this is where it gets tricky now. So Spruce Woods,
we're thinking House. Like visually.
What is visually?
And authentically.
Visually and authentically.
Okay, I'll give you mine, and then we'll see if we have to move around. Okay. Big Valley number 1, and I would say Marsh's Lake number 2.
Okay.
Passions number 3, Spruce Woods number 4, Apocalypse number 5. What do you think? And I say this solely because of the fact that Marsh's Lake is really good visually and just in itself, and then I think Passions is more authentic than Spruce Woods.
Passions is more authentic than Spruce Woods. See, that's interesting because I was thinking, the first thing that I was thinking in my head was Spruce Woods compared to
Marsh's Lake.
Yeah, because Marsh's Lake, I remember now. I don't think there should be a huge factor in it, but Spruce Woods, that one was almost an hour. That was a long episode, while Marsh's Lake was about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Marsh's Lake felt very kind of short and sweet. It was very condensed, but it didn't drag out for too long. Spruce Woods was good that we spent a lot of time kind of chatting and just casually just having a chat while we're marking down. But I don't know if all of it needed to stay in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of fight with it. And just from how we were filming it, there's a lot of filming of us going to getting to the sand dunes, but then us going from the sand dunes back to the car was this
pretty
short.
Minimal.
It was minimal. Marsh's I felt stayed consistent all throughout, and I liked the visuals, and I think the overall it was more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you agree with me?
I think Marsh's Lake should be 2.
Okay.
Passions, but here's the thing though. I really do like Spruce Woods though.
I do like Spruce Woods, and that's why it's in our top 5. But I feel like
it being a travel episode and us going out seems like it has the edge over something that's Passions. But at the same time, the Passions one, we just had so much fun doing that.
Also so authentic Passions.
It
showed
very
some of our
authentically
true self. That's why I put it at 3. Spruce Woods is still good, and it deserves to be in the top 5. I just think that Passions comes a little higher than Spruce Woods because of its authenticity.
You know what? I agree.
Okay.
So
final ranking.
I think Spruce Woods is 4th, but I think it's a very, very close to.
Oh yeah,
to 3rd.
They could interchange.
Yeah. So
final ranking
from 5 to 1. Apocalypse
is number 5.
Spruce Woods
number 4.
Passions
number 3.
Marsh's Lake
number 2.
And number one
is
Marsh's
Big Valley.
I ruined it.
Are you on?
Damn it. I just said Marsh's like, Big Valley. That was the one.
Big Valley's number one.
Yeah.
So we will have that list on the screen somewhere for you. But yeah, I agree with that. I think those are some of our best.
Yeah. I think I mean I stand behind virtually every episode we've done. Some episodes I think maybe could have been a little better in retrospect, but virtually almost every single episode I think is like good to like great.
I think that we should also mention we had some special guests at some points.
We did.
We had Matt.
We had Matt.
We had Ryan, and we had Lincoln.
My good friend, Mr. Lincoln Jordan.
We love Lincoln. And we're hoping, I think that's another resolution.
You know what, desperately saying, that's the thing. I want more people on this show.
I think that's a resolution.
Because we've said that so many times, but between us, like, we should get more guests.
We just never had the time, I guess, to.
Because I would really like to do another travel episode. Like, I would love to, like, in the spring, to go back to Spruce Woods and hit the Devil's Punch Bowl. But let's just drag someone with us.
Yeah, let's do it. So we'll also put this on the screen for you. KC Chronicles New Year's resolutions.
Have more guests.
Do
more things around Brandon.
And push our Instagram and get more followers.
Number 4, get Rhett and Link to acknowledge us.
Get Rhett and Link to
acknowledge us. And number 5, profit.
You're funny.
No, that's why we do the show.
But I honestly think that's a good list for us.
That's a good list.
As a podcast to grow next year.
110%.
So yeah, I think that's all we really have for this episode.
I think that's all we have, and I think that's a good way to start it. And we're running out of time, so thank you very much for watching episode or part 2 of the Christmas with Kenzie and Colin. Again, go to our Instagram. We will have behind the scenes, all the Christmas stuff will be posted. We're gonna post some Christmas pictures in our little outfits that we I seriously cannot believe we didn't plan that. I know.
That was crazy.
That was just happened.
Here's the
KC _ Chronicles 2024.
Please go send us a follow, a like, send us a DM, whatever you want. We will be open.
We will reply if you send us a DM.
Unless it's me.
And if you or someone you know is interested in doing a podcast with us, by yourself, or with someone else here in-house at WCGTV, you could email us at wcgtv@westmancom.com.
Or send us a DM on our Instagram.
And I think that's going to do it. Part 3 of our Christmas show.
Part 2?
Part 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this as part 3. I was like, are you on?
I'm looking ahead.
On part 3.
On part 3, we are going to... It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun,
and I think it'll round out our Christmassy episodes.
Absolutely.
So we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, your week, whatever you're having. And from Kenzie and Colin in the studio, have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time.